Texans, Steelers.
And it's 2nd and 3. Fake toss. Wide open. Spinning catch. Kirk touchdown. Strong play and a good catch by Kirk. Ball a little behind him, and the Texans have their first lead of the night. 3rd down and 12. Rodgers, time runs out. Ball is out. It's picked up by the Texans and Sheldon Rankins. And he is in for a touchdown.
You've got the pressure off the edge with Will Anderson, and then Rankins comes here, and he goes right through left guard Sayamalu. I mean, this is a two-man rush on that left side, and both guys get home. In a close ball game, the defense, as you would expect, comes up with the huge play.
And it is a touchdown. 3rd down and 4. 1st down, and there he is again. What a night for Christian Kirk. 1st down and goal, ball back outside the 10 as Marks has his first 100-yard game and takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. As we look at Marks, who got down and then got in. Here's an interception for good measure. It's picked off by Bullock. And Rodgers is in his way, trying to make the tackle. Can't. And it's a touchdown, Texans. The man who is number 1 all time in interception percentage as a quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, throws a long pick 6. The Steelers are finished, and DeMeco Ryans' Texans are moving on to a date with the New England Patriots. Rodgers' last pass went for a pick 6.
What a game, what a performance by our guys. And just guys just continue to let their light shine through how they're playing. So proud of our team, proud of the effort and how we finished the game. It wasn't pretty from the start, and we had some poor moments in the game, but I'm just proud of our guys for continuing to remain resilient no matter what happened in that game. No one's faith wavered throughout that game. Guys played under control, guys played the right way, and finished it the right way to give us the victory.
How do you approach a decision about your future?
I'm not even in that mindset as I sit here tonight. I'm more in the mindset of what transpired in this stadium and, certainly what we did and didn't do. Not a big picture mentality as I sit here tonight.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. It's Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. Stephen St. John here with Nate Bukaty and Jake Gutierrez and Deebs. Today on the show, we'll talk with former Chiefs wide receiver Marc Boerigter. We'll also be joined in studio by Jeff Chidia from NFL Network and NFL.com. Jeff Kerr will talk NFL with us at 9:05. And then we'll catch up with Greg Gurley to talk basketball with us. Even though basketball hasn't been great around here for at least the past few days, all the 3 local schools lost over the weekend, but a chance for a big win tonight for Kansas as the number 2 team in the nation, Iowa State, 16-0, 3-0 in the Big 12. They will visit Allen Fieldhouse tonight. That's a big game. You guys feel confident about tonight's affair between Iowa State and Kansas? It's at home. It's in Lawrence.
Seeing Iowa State as a 3.5-point favorite?
Yes.
Confident? No. Optimistic? Yeah.
Optimistic.
There's hope.
Yeah, I'm with Jake on that. Optimistic.
I'm not confident they're going to win.
It's weird feeling like being an underdog at Allen Fieldhouse.
Right.
But honestly, when you look at it and you look at the two teams' records and everything, it's like 3.5. It's only 3.5 because it's Allen Fieldhouse, right? I mean, obviously.
Yeah, Kansas is almost. They could have been 0-3 in the conference.
Very, very. Yeah, like a miraculous comeback away from being 0-3. So it's gonna be tough, but hey, special things happen at Allen Fieldhouse. They need something to get them going. Maybe a special performance tonight could do the trick.
Iowa State's very, very good.
Yeah. Yep. Real good.
But, I don't think anyone's going undefeated, so you got to lose sometime.
Man, this league is tough. It's tough. It's going to be real tough. But
yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, if Kansas loses tonight, are they already out of contention for the Big 12 title?
yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
You can't be 1-3 with the league like this when you look at some of the other teams. When you look at Arizona, Iowa State, BYU, Houston, you're not catching them if you're 1-3. I think it's kind of already a long shot to win the league. I think, to me, like a more reasonable goal for Kansas is like finish top 4 or 5. And that, they've got work to do to get there,
That's crazy to say that in the fourth game of the conference season.
Yeah.
That they'd be out of it for contention for the title. Is that right, Jake?
I mean, that's so early to say that, but you would feel that way. Look.
You got 4 teams right now that have started 3-0.
Well, and Houston
they're not
won the conference last year, and they went 19-1. So, Texas Tech was 15-5 in second place, and so I doubt anybody's going 19-1.
Look at it this way. These 4 teams are 3-0, but it's not like any of those are fluky 3-0s. It's not like you got a team you're like, well, how did they get to 3-0? And then you look at their schedule and go, okay, well, that's why they're 3-0. But when the schedule comes back around, they got to play the good teams. They're going to fall down. It doesn't surprise anybody that those 4 teams are 3-0 because they're really, really good.
You got 16-0, 16-0, 15-1, 15-1.
I mean, they're really good. And here's the thing: KU hasn't played any of them yet.
Well, they do tonight, buddy.
Yeah, but they're 1-2 right now with losses to Central Florida and West Virginia. So they still haven't played those other teams.
And TCU
yet.
gave them a tussle.
A tussle.
Yeah, it's not like Kansas State's 2 losses to Arizona and BYU.
Right. Right.
You're sitting at 1-2. And those are the 2 losses. Then you say, okay, well. Those are games you're probably going to lose.
Yeah, and we could play. We got those out of the way.
But UCF and West Virginia, that's
not that those are bad teams. It's just those aren't the top.
You have to beat those teams if you want to win the conference.
Yeah, like if you looked at the table, if you looked at the standings right now, Arizona, Iowa State, BYU, Houston. If you were to say like, hey, that's going to be the way the standings shake out at the end of the year, that wouldn't stun you, right? You would say, well, yeah, those are probably the 4 best teams in the league. So,
what should I ask Greg since you won't be here?
I was going to tell you I can come back after I drop my son off to school. Yeah,
come on back and talk to Greg.
Yeah, drop my son off at school real quick. Come right back. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of curious. The phenomenon of. I guess like we talked a lot about what the ceiling is for this team if and when Darren Peterson comes back or comes into the lineup and plays if he's ever fully healthy and can play an entire game. What's the ceiling for the team? But the weird thing is like There's no doubt he scores. He's the best scorer on the team. He's one of the best scorers in the country. For some reason, like they don't seem to produce better as a team. You know, like the plus minus. I think his plus minus was +1 in this last game. But when you look at the TCU game, like the comeback, a lot of the comeback and the overtime came with him off the court. And so that idea of like how do they learn how to take what he offers and then make the team better, I think is going to be a huge challenge if they can get to the point where he plays. I mean, he played 31 minutes the other day. But that's kind of the challenge to me right now is we've talked about how good he is. You know how good he is, but how does the team get better when he's on the court? They got to figure that out.
So we'll have Kansas and Iowa State tonight right here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Last night on 810, you listened to the final game of the NFL wildcard weekend, and it was an absolute stinker.
Guess we were due one of them, huh?
No, we had back-to-back ones. The Chargers Patriots was
game
nothing
was
to watch.
Yeah.
Houston demolishes Pittsburgh 30-6. They piled on late. Couple of defensive touchdowns. But, I mean, I don't know. How many quarters would it have taken Pittsburgh to score a touchdown if they just would have let him play?
They were going in the wrong direction. The other team was scoring touchdowns.
6 quarters? 8 quarters?
Yeah, probably.
I'm afraid that they just would have given up more touchdowns, like defensive touchdowns.
You never felt like they were a threat offensively, ever.
No.
Ever.
But that's a championship level defense. I mean, that defense is so damn good.
It's overwhelming.
I mean, that defense could take them to the Super Bowl.
I have to say that as great as they are, that offensive line by the Steelers offered little resistance.
Absolutely, they participated.
Oh my gosh.
They participated.
This guy's just falling over, you know.
Absolutely, they participated.
But yeah, the Texans' defense is legit.
And you know, they made Rodgers look bad, but they also during the season they made Josh Allen look bad. They made Patrick Mahomes look bad. I mean, it's the best defense in the league.
The Texans are the second team in NFL history with a defensive fumble return for a touchdown and an interception return for a touchdown in a playoff game. The other team was the Browns in the 1948 AAFC championship game to complete their undefeated season. The Steelers' offense was horrific last night. The Texans outgained the Steelers 408 to 175. So plus 233 in yards. That's the Steelers' worst yardage differential in a playoff game in franchise history. It was also the Steelers' fewest yards in a playoff game since December 21st, 1947, when they had 145 against the Eagles in their first playoff game in team history. So it was historically bad.
And it was probably Rodgers' worst playoff game ever. I think QBR-wise it was, out of 22 playoff games.
You could put together a highlight reel of him getting hit in the face by various Texan defenders, and it never got called, which was I just for a split second, I kind of somewhat felt bad for Aaron Rodgers because they hit him in the face mask and on the helmet so many times, it almost got to be laughable. Like, boy, these officials, I don't think like Aaron Rodgers very much. They're just, and he kept like looking up and like, you know, and look, you could also put together a highlight reel of him bitching and complaining to everyone and anyone who would listen last night. Throwing players under the bus, pointing at coaches, yelling at, you know, that the Aaron Rodgers experience was in full effect last night.
Captain Eye Roll.
But that dude kept getting hit in the head. I counted at least 4 times on a sack or on a pressure where he clearly got hit in the head that I've seen many times something less than that get called.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, we've seen Chris Jones get called for just like kind of tapping a guy in the helmet.
The officials were like, have at him. Go ahead, fellas. He's yours tonight. Raw meat. 17 of 33 for 146 yards, no touchdowns and a pick. And I was stunned to see only sacked 4 times. It felt like he was sacked every possession.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
He was under pressure every time, that's for sure.
And so look, we liked the Steelers-Ravens game and how that fourth quarter played out into a little, mini duel between Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson. Clearly, yes, that was fun to see Aaron Rodgers turn the clock back, but the Ravens defense had something to do with that, and the Texans were not going to have anything to do with that. And like I would echo your guys' sentiments about that defense. This is a defense we don't know, okay? They could go to New England and get beat, and then it was just a really good defense and a not good offense, and that took him to the divisional round, just like last year. They couldn't get over the hump. Because let me tell you, their quarterback play wasn't very good. C.J. Stroud was not very good.
Oh, they won despite him.
He tried to give the game away.
I mean, it was a game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
You know what, though? Was it?
I mean...
it didn't feel like
it was a 1-point game.
You know when I thought it was over? This is crazy. This sounds crazy about when I say this about an Aaron Rodgers quarterback team. When they hit that 51-yard field goal to make it 10-6, I said, game over. Because Pittsburgh can't score a touchdown.
Yeah.
And somehow their defense is going to score. But as long as it was 7-6, okay, well, maybe Houston could turn the ball over again deep in their own territory and give Pittsburgh a field goal opportunity. Or somehow, maybe some way, if the Pittsburgh defense can keep this a 1-point game, Pittsburgh could muster a 35-yard drive and get themselves into a situation where they kick a long field goal. So as long as it was a 1-point game, I felt like maybe. I'm not kidding. When it got 10-6, that's it. Because they're not scoring.
Right. No, it did. It felt like the only optimism you had at all was maybe Rodgers has a magic moment in him. That's about it. But he didn't even have time to have any magic moments in the game. But yeah, it was 7-6. End of the third quarter. I mean, that was crazy. 5 fumbles by Stroud? I know he only recovered a couple of them, but it's like, dude, just take care of the ball.
No.
Like, that's all. Nobody's asking you to win anything right now. Just take care of the ball.
Well, they ran the football effectively. Woody Marks had 19 carries for 112 yards, and Chubb added in 10 for 48. So they ran the ball 31 times for 164 yards. They had that going for them. I mean, Pittsburgh couldn't even really run the football effectively. And Christian Kirk had a hell of a night, 8 for 144 and a touchdown. But you didn't need much. You just the offense just needed to get out of the way. And they tried to turn the ball over and give the points to Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh, I mean, they couldn't capitalize on anything. And so, look, we've seen great defenses, carry a team to the championship. I mean, the one that sticks out the most, and I'm not saying they're the greatest defense, but the 2000 Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my God, they had a offense quarterbacked by Trent Dilfer.
Mm-hmm.
If you can win a championship with Trent Dilfer as your quarterback, then your defense is one of the all-time greats.
Yeah.
You know, like we've seen great defenses.
Think about that Bucks team around that same time. What was that, a couple years later?
Brad Johnson,
2005,
was a solid quarterback, but again, Tampa, one of the best defenses that you'll ever see, loaded with Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks and just unbelievable talent. Rondé Barber, John Lynch. Yes, Tampa Bay qualifies as well.
04 season.
But is this
03
defense at that level?
I don't think so, but maybe it's just because because I haven't seen them do it yet.
Was it 02?
It was 03. I think.
02 season,
04 Super Bowl?
What?
It was 03.
Okay.
I remember just being it felt like it was a couple years after that.
02 season, 03 Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. 02.
A couple years later.
Right.
You got it.
Got to figure it out.
I don't think
You're
this
welcome.
Texas team is that good defensively, but maybe. I mean, if they go win the Super Bowl, I'll have to eat my words. And maybe it's some of these guys that are doing it for them right now. I don't think of them on that level because I just haven't seen them as, do it for as long as some of those guys. Because when you name, it's one thing to have the best defense in the NFL for a season. It's another thing to have one of the greatest defenses in the history of the league. And those two teams that you were talking about, those are like two of the all-time great, like the 85 Bears, like Hall of Famers. And maybe this defense will be there, but I'm not going to crown them that because they hold that Steelers team to 6 points.
Right, but I want
look at what they've done this season.
If you think it's this good, I want
Yeah.
people to call their shot now. I don't want to wait until they get to the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, this defense is really good. Yeah.
I don't believe this team's going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to rule it out, but if I were betting Jake's money on it, I would not pick them to come out of the AFC.
I mean, Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter. In regular season, Hunter had 15 sacks. Will Anderson, 12 sacks.
Stingley might be the best cornerback in the game. I don't know, man. I could see this team going to the Super Bowl. I mean, I think they're going to end up playing the Bills in the AFC Championship game. It's
if they get past the Patriots,
I think they will.
Oh, they've won 10 in a row.
I know.
Yeah, they've won 10 in a row. They're on an unbelievable run.
Yeah, I mean,
Also, the loss of Nico Collins last night might hurt him moving forward too.
that was a concussion, right?
Yeah, who knows what his status will be.
I mean, maybe. I think their offense just has to get out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, run the ball. They got some young receivers. I think does it hurt them? Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna. That defense is just lights out. I mean, lights out. So that's the question. Yeah. I mean, it's easy to answer it if they go on this run, and we're talking about it leading up to the Super Bowl. But like right now, I want to know what you think. You say no. Jake says yes. That this defense is good enough to carry this team to the Super Bowl. I think they are. They could be because the AFC is so wide open. New England's got plenty of flaws, and I could totally see Houston going in there and putting Drake May in quarterback hell, as good as he's been. Because and they kept talking about this last night. They don't do anything crazy or fancy or try to outfox you. They just line up and just beat the hell out of you, man to man. Just individual matchups. They just whip your ass, and it's demoralizing. I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, they get to you with a 4-man rush, which helps their secondary a lot. You guys might be talking me into it a little bit here, but I don't think I realized they haven't lost a game since early November.
Yeah. Winners of 10 in a row now. I mean, you look at the All-Pro teams that were announced. The 2025 Associated Press All-Pro team. On the first team for the defense, Will Anderson. And then also, as Jake mentioned, Derek Stingley is on the first team as well. And then on the second team, Daniil Hunter, who had 15 sacks. So, you got right there 3 stars that are all pro. And 2 of them are your edge rushers who are just effing relentless.
Well, I know you guys have talked about this, like all of a sudden being the year of the defense. Look at the AFC. Houston, Denver, and the Patriots, 1, 2, and 3 in the AFC in points per game allowed. And they're still in the playoffs, all three of them. You know, that game, that Texans-Patriots game is going to they're not going to light the scoreboard up in that game, are they?
You wouldn't think.
Yeah, because you never know, but I mean, those are two really good defenses.
All of these games were just wide open. They're going to be terrific to watch. We'll take a break. We got Nate Bukaty in studio. We'll be right back after this on WHB. What's up, Kansas City? Stephen St. John here for my friends with WeatherTech Renovations. And look, we realize this. The weather's was good yesterday. The weather's going to be good today, but then it's going to get cold again. And I can promise you that there's going to be even worse weather coming up right around the corner because it's Kansas City and it's January. And in the Midwest, the winters can be brutal. Freezing temps, heavy snow, ice dams, and that constant freeze-thaw cycle. And, you know, who's paying the price? Your roof. Their shingles could be curling. If you've got leaks, drafty rooms, or suspicious stains on your ceiling, those aren't just winter quirks. They're warning signs. And ignoring them now could lead to serious damage in the spring. That's where WeatherTech Renovations comes in. Brian Donegan and his team at WeatherTech specializes in winter roof inspections, emergency repairs, and long-term protection. They can help you when you need it. So don't wait for the next snowstorm. Protect your home, your comfort, and your peace of mind with WeatherTech Renovations. You can contact them to schedule your winter roof inspection. Do it today. 816-988-8957. 816-988-8957. Or online at WTRenovations.com. WeatherTech Renovations. Protecting your home one roof at a time. Welcome back to New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it. So the schedule is set for the divisional round of the playoffs next week, or this coming weekend, and you can hear it all right here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. What's the best game? Here's how they will play out. On Saturday at 3:30, Bills at Broncos. Then on Saturday night, 49ers and Seahawks. Then on Sunday at 2 o'clock, it's Texans and Patriots. Then at 5:30, it's Rams and Bears. The order of preference for me as far as watchability and how much I want to watch these games, number one would be Bills and Broncos. Big Bills fan for several days here on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Big Josh Allen guy.
Yep.
For the next several days.
Bills.
My next game of watchability would be Rams and Bears. I am rooting for the Bears. And I've enjoyed watching Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams and Luther Burden and the rest of the Bears turn into one of the most exciting teams to watch in the NFL. And so I look forward to watching that game. Then I'll say Texans and Patriots, because I want to see this defense again. That defense was just tremendous to watch. And I want to see if they can go in and see that. Now that would be a pretty good weekend if the Broncos could lose and the Patriots could lose. That'd be good, you know. And then the following week, I could turn into a big Texans fan of several days, and watch them hopefully go to the Super Bowl. I've got this all mapped out of things that I want to happen. Now, it would be awful if the Patriots and Broncos won and one of those teams had to go to the Super Bowl, but then I'd root for the Pats, probably. Oh, yeah, I would. Oh, yeah. What am I saying probably for? Like, there's no question. I just want the Broncos out and then just let everything else happen. As far as the, and then the Niners and Seahawks, that should be a good game, but I don't know.
Seahawks favored by 7.5. That surprised me. The betting experts know more than me, but I figured that'd be more along the lines with the other games, close spread. 7.5?
Yeah,
the Seahawks are good.
I think the Seahawks are gonna. I think they're gonna beat them up. I think they win by double digits.
Well, the Niners are very beaten up already.
Losing Kittle, I think that might be the straw that breaks the Niners' back.
It's amazing what they've been able to do considering all the injuries they've had this year.
I think people undervalue how good the Seahawks are. And maybe there's a reluctance because of Sam Darnold. And I get that. I've had that same reluctance as well. But, man, the Seahawks are really, really good.
Statistically, they've got the best defense in the NFL this year.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think people just look at the 49ers and think they can't keep this up, which I think they can because their coaching staff is so good and Shanahan's so good. But losing Kittle, that's tough.
Yeah. Because
they've already had But we'll see. And the Seahawks.
Divisional game.
Yeah. Yep. We'll see. Yeah, I'd stay away from them, but I think the Seahawks are going to win by like 10, but I don't feel confident enough to bet on it.
Yeah, it just seems like the 49ers got that moxie to them. No matter what happens to them, they find a way to be in these games.
I will be taking the Bills, though, as the Broncos are favored by 1.5 in that game. The New England Patriots are favored by 3, so I believe I'll be taking the Texans as well. And then the Rams are favored by 3.5, and think I'm going to go with the Bears there. It lined up pretty well for me. And I'm staying away from the Niners and Seahawks.
The Rams 3.5 on the road.
Yeah. Yep. Everyone, I think, is like before the playoffs decided that the Rams were the most talented team, and a lot of people picked them to go to the Super Bowl. So
sticking with it.
And I get it. Again, there's people dragging their feet and believing in Caleb Williams and the Bears. And Stafford, you want to talk about, I mean, good God, look at his numbers. He threw for 4,700 yards, 46 touchdown passes, 8 interceptions.
Probably the MVP.
They also gave up 31 to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Well, the Panthers aren't terrible, but
It's a playoff team, buddy.
Yep.
No, I like the Bears. I hope they win, but
I'm with you. The Bills-Broncos, best game of the weekend's the one that kicks it off on Saturday. They're all good. I mean, this is such a great weekend. There's always good games, and every game's a good one, I think. But Bills-Broncos,
it's all out there for Buffalo. They have to be salivating at this idea of having to go right now and beat Denver. Imagine if they would have been told that before the season. You'll be in a situation where you have to beat Denver and then the winner of the Patriots and Texans, and that's your path to the Super Bowl. And they're like, no Ravens? Wait a minute, no Chiefs? Are you kidding me? It's just laid out there and I don't care where the games are. It's just laid out there for them.
yeah.
It's laid out there for them.
But as we covered, these are really, really good defensive teams. They're going to have to be 2 really good defensive teams if they want to get to the Super Bowl. But for Josh Allen, it's like, hey man, you can't use the Mahomes is in the way excuse this time. He's not there. I think the Bills' defense is just mediocre, so that could be an issue for him. But I think Allen's he's got to get it done this year. Got to get to a Super Bowl.
They just got to beat the Broncos, and I don't care what they do. I don't care what happens to them. Just beat the Broncos.
Man, it would be great to see the Broncos lose on their
because
home
of everything,
turf.
all the talk and everything else. If they could just lose, not even win a damn playoff game,
Yeah.
for their dream season, that would be just yes.
Bills Mafia, baby.
I've spent so many years now because I like Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I've interviewed him in person in Lake Tahoe. He's a nice guy. I enjoy watching him play, except when it's against the Chiefs or when I'm rooting against him. He's a marvelous quarterback. He's
proven me wrong more than any quarterback I've ever criticized.
But I've never wholeheartedly rooted for him and the Bills, and now I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And
Which
so I'm
means he's gonna let you
excited.
down.
Yeah, right. So 3 interception, 2 fumble game incoming. No, but
He's probably going to have to put the team on his back.
I want to see these damn plays where it pisses me off. No,
Yeah.
I want to root for it. Like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Broke 2 tackles and threw a 40-yard touchdown. Yeah.
That guy puts
Now
his
give it
team
to
on
me.
his back a lot. He's going to have to do it this next couple games if he wants to get to the Super Bowl.
I'll eat some wings during the game. I don't know.
There you go. See, that's the kind of sacrifice you're willing to
I'll do
make.
something. We'll be right back after this on WHB.
I would eat some wings, but I'll probably be eating some beef, no matter who plays for these playoff games, because when I get ready to watch football, I get my smoker going, and I get some beef from Greengrass Cattle Company, and then everybody's happy. I got myself a brisket in the freezer right now that I'll probably be putting out here to get ready for Saturday. And the thing about the beef for Greengrass Cattle Company is you don't even have to be that good of a cook because the ingredients are so great. The beef is such high quality that it comes out great every time. And if you don't believe me, you need to try it. It's, that whole adage of you are what you eat. Well, they take immaculate care of their cattle at Greengrass Cattle Company. This is a mom and pop place. This is a farm-to-table ranch where you get the highest quality premium beef you can get anywhere, and they'll ship it right to your door. I've been eating Greengrass Cattle Company beef for a couple of years now, and I don't know that I'll ever switch to anything else. greengrasscattleco.com is the website. greengrasscattleco.com. And I mean, even their ground beef. You try their ground beef, you might laugh at me and say, ground beef is ground beef. No, I'm telling you, this stuff is like butter. Try it. Greengrass Cattle Company, greengrasscattleco.com. You can stop by their store in Weston, Missouri as well, which is always a fun drive and a beautiful place. And you can check them out online. greengrasscattleco.com.
Welcome back to New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Let's say hello to former Chiefs wide receiver Marc Boerigter. Hello, Mark. How are you doing?
Hello, fellas. How are we doing this morning?
Good. What do you think of that game
you
last
have
night?
this weird-looking grin on your face right now, like you got
What?
something cooking over there.
No.
This morning.
I got nothing cooking.
What I think about the game last night?
Yeah.
Was not a great game as a whole. The Texans did not play well, and especially like in the first half when you watch the majority of that game, with it being basically the score what it was for a while, I was like, if the Texans mess around and lose this game, man, because that's what it kind of felt like with the turnovers and just the sloppiness of play, and
Like they were playing with their food.
yeah, or their food was playing with them actually for a while.
Their food was dead.
Yeah,
so.
It was because I don't know how you could watch that game the entire time and think Pittsburgh. If the Texans played, I mean, obviously they ran away with it with some defensive touchdowns and stuff, but they did not play well at all offensively. And the longer you watch that last night for a while, you're like, okay, all it's going to take is one break for the Steelers here to do something, and the Texans are going to be one and done and be sitting out there looking like, man, we played absolutely awful this game, right, and had a golden opportunity in front of us. Because nothing about the Pittsburgh Steelers offense last night, watching that, was exciting. You know? Nothing was exciting about it. You just watching, you can tell they weren't going to do anything offensively. They was going to have to take an epic meltdown, really, from the Texans, and they almost got it for a while. So it was an ugly game.
Yeah, they were never
and
able
Pittsburgh
to capitalize.
No, and Pittsburgh, I mean, I know they had a winning record, but it took a missed field goal, right, from Baltimore for them to win, to get into the playoffs and win the division, to begin with. But they're not a very good team, right? Top
Do
to
you
bottom,
think Tomlin
so.
should be on the hot seat?
I don't necessarily like the fact that it's called the hot seat for him, okay? But if I'm Mike Tomlin, I'm also looking at this going, okay, do I need a change? Right? When you've been... It's similar to the John Harbaugh situation, but not similar in a sense, too, right? From the fact that, you know, Harbaugh at least had been to the AFC Championship game a couple years ago. The Steelers haven't won a playoff game in almost a decade now.
Yeah, they seem like they've been stuck in this. They never they
just
they
good
never
enough.
have a losing
Just
record.
good enough.
Yeah.
Which
The last
there's-
playoff win was against the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
Yeah, which there's a lot to be said for that, and the success that he's obviously had there, you know, over the last 9 years. But
and it's not just losing; they have lost their last 5 playoff games by double digits. The first
Yes.
team in NFL history to lose 5 straight playoff games by double digits.
yeah, so where I'm going with this is I think that there's a time, especially in professional sports, where not that his message is getting stale, okay, by any means, but the message kind of gets stale. And, you know, I think sometimes in this case, when you've had a guy that's been there as long as he has, there's obviously a lot of respect there. They won a Super Bowl, all those kinds of things, but sometimes the change is just necessary for you to move forward. And, you know, I don't necessarily think that he's going to get fired, but I think it'd be a similar situation to the John Harbaugh deal where it's like, okay, we're parting ways here. Right? I think this is best for both parties. And I'll use an example of Andy Reid in Philadelphia, right? Like, Andy obviously had a great run there, went to a Super Bowl, didn't win one, but was in the NFC Championship game for so many years. And it just started to go a little sideways for him. They're a little bit different in terms of at the end of his time in Philly, right, with Andy Reid and missing the playoffs and stuff. But a similar situation, a guy that's been there a long time, had a lot of success for your organization, and maybe it's just time to make a change. So it's an interesting situation to watch here today and over the next couple of days, because with all of the head coach openings right now that are going around and the amount of candidates, and you could have 2 Super Bowl winning coaches that are on the market at the same time, who were, you know, at their respective organizations for 15 years plus. That's something that this league hasn't really seen in a while. So, interesting situation, but, you know, again, I don't necessarily like to call it a hot seat for him. I just think it's, it might, and I'm not calling for them to move on from him either. It's a difficult decision, but sometimes it might be best for both parties just to move on to a different situation.
The Steelers are trailed on every single snap in the second half of every one of the playoff losses during this losing streak. They've never had a lead in the second half of any of those.
Here's the other thing, too.
So they're not competitive in the postseason.
No, and here's the other thing,
but they
too.
make it.
When was Roethlisberger's last year?
Lost to Kansas City, right?
What year was that? He's been gone now for what, 5 years? 4?
At least.
So where I'm going with this, though, is
21 was his last year.
Okay, so they went to Kenny Pickett after that, right? That didn't work out as their quarterback. They've had Mason Rudolph. They've had
Russell Wilson
and Justin Fields, and now you have 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers, who hasn't been great this late in his career. The last 5, and even toward the end of Roethlisberger's time, he was not the same quarterback, you know what I mean, as efficient and everything then either. So, you could look at part of that as like, Mike Tomlin's been there long enough. I know they have a GM in place. I know all those scenarios around, but they haven't had a great quarterback situation there in the last 7 years, probably.
Because they're never bad enough to get a good draft pick.
Yeah.
Or they don't pick the right guy in free agency.
Correct. So, there's a lot of factors involved there, but that is a major one, too, that they haven't really had a guy at the quarterback position that has been able to elevate them, right, to another level.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with it, because if that would be another high-quality candidate that would be on the market, but then also another really good job that's open.
Yes.
And so, because right now,
what do they had 4 head coaches in their entire history of the organization?
But there's too many jobs open. I think it seems like for blue chip candidates.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. But everybody wants Harbaugh, and Stefanski. I mean, there's a debate on how good he is, but he's winning a couple of NFL Coaches of the Year awards are worth to you.
In a crappy organization.
Yeah, he seems to be a very popular candidate. But then after that, as I mentioned yesterday, where are the Ben Johnsons? Where are the hot coordinators that seem like they're can't miss prospects that everyone's vying for? I mean, there's some good ones out there, and there's going to be ones that are unheralded that'll end up being good head coaches,
like Liam Cohen.
Yeah,
right. Well, Liam Cohen he was pretty popular, I thought. He was.
At least you saw his name quite a bit out there, but.
Yeah, to go back to the Tomlin thing, I don't feel like it's his fault that they've been what they've been ever since Roethlisberger left. But I think if I'm a Steelers fan, I think I'm ready to just go in a different direction. Just because, if you want change, you got to start with different, right? Like it's just
it may not be the right decision.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're going to hire a better coach.
That's what makes it hard when you've got a guy that's won a Super Bowl. You've been successful,
But on a different level, like we talked about for so long, the Chiefs had been in this rut where it was like they got a good quarterback, and they get to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. But if they want to get to the next level, they need something different. They need a great quarterback, and they could have stuck with Alex Smith. And look, they could have gotten the wrong quarterback. They got Mahomes. They got it right. But I'm just saying, if I think I'm a Steelers fan, I'm kind of tired of this. I'm kind of tired of being good enough to get in the playoffs, but be zero threat whatsoever to make it anywhere in the playoffs. And I don't know if changing the head coach really changes your trajectory. Maybe they need better personnel people or something. But I think I'd be ready and if I'm like with you, if I'm Tomlin, I might be ready to do something different too. Because this is just they're the same team every year, it seems like.
Yeah.
What are you shaking your head for?
No way I'm walking away from it. I'm just doing my damnedest to get a good quarterback for Mike Tomlin.
That's fair.
There's no way.
That's 100% fair. And I'm not calling for him to be.
How do you get him?
You got to make a move in the draft.
Yeah, you got to either make a move.
You got to sacrifice a little bit.
Yeah, or trade for. I mean, they could have got out and got Matt Stafford was available to the league this offseason. He was available. You could have turned over some picks and signed him to a longer deal But the Rams made him available, and how different does this look if they went out and got him? So I don't walk from Tomlin. I just do my damnedest to solve the quarterback position, and that's a tough thing to do.
They certainly haven't had the recipe yet. They've tried a lot of different guys.
We'll be right back after this on WHP. SSJ here for Window Nation. And you're going to love your new windows from Window Nation because they're the best and you won't pay a fortune for them. January is a great time of year to buy windows thanks to Window Nation. Right now, they're more affordable than ever. During Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 Windows free sale. Plus, you can get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. If you're feeling cold drafts from your windows, or if you're seeing fog or mold around the frame, or if you're paying a lot more for heat than your neighbors are, it's time for new windows. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Visit windownation.com right now and schedule a fast, free estimate. And don't forget, Window Nation's windows come with a lifetime warranty. But you better hurry because the sale ends soon. Don't wait. Schedule that fast, free estimate at windownation.com and tell them SSJ sent you.